know the way to San Jose, heart of the Silicon Valley and home to the San Jose State Spartans. And anticipation has been high all week for this one. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Old Dominion Monarchs, taking on a team who is rested and ready coming off a bye, the San Jose State Spartans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Monarchs will get us underway with the opening kickoff. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Spartans offense will have the first possession of the game. And not only is this guy the energy and the engine of the offense, there's a certain charisma that he has. Everyone around him.
He's got a moxie about him, Maurice. Just seems like when he's in the huddle, he's got 10 other sets of eyeballs looking at him and believing in him to lead this offense down the field towards scoring points. This guy is a leader in every sense of the word.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Quarterback on the keeper. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
It's a nice job by this defense. Understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Okay, ready? Didn't take long to need a clutch play on the opening drive. It's 3rd and 7. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the right. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stops, and it'll be first down. And the Spartans come to the line with a new set of downs. He looks that one in nicely. Makes the catch and knocked down.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Hey, when you speed quarterbacks up like this, you hurry their thought process, they're going to make mistakes. That was a mistake there. Throwing into double coverage, obviously not something you want to do. Could have been worse. Nice job by the defense.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on and hat. If you run the ball, pick up the first, you're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
He'll come out throwing on first down. That's caught. It's Bates. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
The pitch. Finds a crease at the 20. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The receiver on the jet sweep. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, San Jose State.
And I love this offense and the way they started this football game. Listen, last week we did, okay? Forget last week. Nice job coming out, setting the tone in this ball game, putting a long drive together, and getting a touchdown.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Old Dominion Monarchs offense will have its first possession of the game. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these guys are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
On second down, just keeps firing. Fires to the big fella. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
That's really got to make this offensive coordinator feel good calling plays. You get a completion on third down early in the game, and he should be having a lot of confidence now moving forward in this game calling plays.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. The Monarchs want to crank the tempo. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. That's it, 5. Fires into traffic. It's picked off.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live in dime. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Early in the game as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
Trying play action. Looking down the middle. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. Goes to the option. And that's a live ball. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Offensive players, when they got the ball in their hand, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head.
Hang on here. The coach has called timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. ODU ready to send the offense back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
That's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
2nd down second down here as they go back to work after the break. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. This is a third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Just gets rid of it before the heat. And they can't make the connection on third down. And the Monarchs will try to pin them back with the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Puts one in the spin cycle. Slips through the line. Very little will make the crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. San Jose State has the ball and ready to go on the attack. That last drive and the turnover, not what you're looking for when you have the lead, Jesse.
Yeah, and really, I think for them, it's just staying out of their own way. They're making plays. They've got the playmakers to go and win this game, so it's just a matter of executing better.
Executing better, understanding I still got the lead. Put a drive together here and build on that lead.
Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And he's out of bounds after a terrific run and a nice pickup.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
Looking to move it through the air. Deep shot for the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
I think the QB wants that one back. You know, you're down here in the red zone, tighter areas, hard enough to fit it in, but definitely not wanting to fit it in against double coverage, and he misses, and probably a good miss, because that could have been worse.
Here comes the option. Now the pitch. Open space at the 25. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, San Jose State. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy, he makes a big play. Yes, please.
Coming out with it, it's Miles. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. Old Dominion has the ball back. The Monarchs will send the offense onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Paul, understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
The Monarchs are in the hurry-up. Here's the handoff. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking for room, it's Sims. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. Let's see what they do on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Ball in the air, intercepted. Taking it the other way. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Spartans. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
ODU ready to send the offense back onto the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking in this moment.
Nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Got it across the 20 and out to the 23. A pickup of 4. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? They'll try to run for it. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. And the Monarchs line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up the big return. Guys, this San Jose State offense trying to get this ball moving. Line gets set, 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Now the pitch. Spins away. And he caught that pitch in stride and was off to the races. A big gain and a 1st down for this offense. Wide out in motion. Little touch pass to the receiver. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this group, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
Looking to throw on 3rd. Blasted as he lets it go. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Got it past the marker. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the 1st down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of downs.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And this is a little bit of a gutsy play call. You're down on the goal line where you're trying to keep everything north-south, downhill, to get the ball quick to a speed guy on the perimeter. It's a little bit more difficult, but they almost got the touchdown. Now it's the next play, next decision. A good job.
Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Miles. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Old Dominion has the ball back. The Monarchs will send the offense onto the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like, this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
Trying to find his man on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Holds it in. And he's brought down after a nice gain. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. The Monarchs with the 1st and 10. They're going to throw it again. Getting some heat. hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Let's see if they go back to the air on second down. He's looking to throw. Coming after it. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. A third and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Gonna take a shot. Got him downfield. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Old Dominion.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going into the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The San Jose State offense is back on the field. They've been outstanding here in this first half. Might as well try for the knockout punch, David.
Yeah, confidence has to be at an all-time high. Great first half. I'm going to get more, Paul. I'm not scared with the lead when I got the football in.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can see the quarterback's body language. He wants to go. He wants to go tempo. He wants to take shots. They're trying to light this scoreboard up.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Man, what a nice run by the QB. Great job exploding, getting upfield, and then smartly getting out of bounds. And, man, how hard is it to stop an offense with a guy at the quarterback spot that's so dynamic?
On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. Trying to beat the DT. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody that dug their heel on the ground, they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The Spartans will send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking for room, it's Sims. Great move, now he's got room. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. He's gonna pass. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his man, it's Butler. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. And the Spartans will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Bringing it out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. ODU ready to send the offense back onto the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score, I get a stop, I score, I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Wide receiver now comes in motion. The give to the back. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. And the Monarchs come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll give it on the jet sweep, looking for room outside. A run up the middle is stopped for no gain. Looking to push the pace with the no huddle. Dialing up the second down pass play. Under heat, he gets rid of it. And isn't knocked free for a fumble, it'll be third down. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big. He's going for a big play downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. The Monarchs will bring the punt team onto the field. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. San Jose State has the ball and ready to go on the attack. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one, David. To me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Oh, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
He'll do it himself. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll try the middle. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on third down from the 43. Starting to feel a little pressure. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Spartans will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Old Dominion has the ball back. The Monarchs will send the offense onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
They try to pop a run on the draw. Good surge up front. Give him 4 out to the 18. And the Monarchs headed quickly to the line. Off the play fake. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12. The Monarchs will line up to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Guys, this San Jose State offense trying to get this ball moving. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
Let's see what they've got on second down. To the ground with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. On the option. He'll pitch it. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Spartans will have it 1st and 10. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense. Eight-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. The Spartans will keep this drive going.
So far, everything's just seemed to work for this offense when they've wanted to run the football. Regardless of what down and distance it is, they're able to get it done. Up front, getting a lot of push, and these backs are finding the holes.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. The give to the tailback. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Nice play by the defense, but now is a time they've got to be more consistent. They allowed this running back to go off in that first half, and moving forward now, they've got to try and take this running back away.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Now the toss. Oh, look out! And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds.
And how about the big play by this running back? Nice job running with the football, good balance, seeing where he needed to go with the football, finishing the run. He gets knocked out of bounds, but how about this offense set up now on 1st and goal?
Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. The D scoops it up, and everybody reverses field. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
The encroachment penalty on the D gives the offense a free 5 yards. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. On the move, it's Sims. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. 2nd down coming up. What a day it's been on the ground for these two guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. That's reeled in. It's Sims. So the first step of that was fine. They made the pass and catch, but no yards, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, I don't know if they were anticipating pressure on that play. They just want to get it out of the hands of the quarterback quickly, but whatever they were thinking did not work.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Unleashes one. The completion well past the sticks. And he's running in the open. The 20. Touchdown, ODU. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, Dave. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The San Jose State offense is back on the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum.
Show what we are made of, offense.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got his man on the right. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big to the line with a fresh set of downs. Early movement on the offense, and they'll push it back 5 yards.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A first down for the offense. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Get it out on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Takes a shot as he lets it go. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. The Spartans will call on their punt team. He'll call for the fair catch here. ODU ready to send the offense back onto the field. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. They're trying to get to it. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back in the 16.
And giving up 3 sacks a week ago. Now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Wants to fire on second down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Williams. They get him down after he makes the catch. And the Monarchs want to pick up the tempo. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Finds a man on the right. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They're throwing for it on fourth down. Makes the grab well past the sticks. He's right there to stop him, but the quick throw and catch enough to give them the first down.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
Pressure coming. He'll try to do it himself. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time and you get the ball out. But when things break down, they get off schedule. You've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Just an ill-advised play by the defender to make contact with the quarterback after the throw, and it cost his team. The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. From the red zone, looking for a space. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time? But just can't come up with the completion.
Pulled down after a gain of 5. It's at the 9-yard line. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Third and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Fires into the end zone. Caught near the sticks. It's Butler. Touchdown, Monarchs! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway. So they get that score that they so desperately needed, and now they've got a chance to pull this one out.
Defense has got to give them a chance. The defense needs to get the ball back to them quickly so they can march down the field and try and score and narrow the gap again. This offense, they have the playmakers to come back and win this football game. They're going to need some help from the defense.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. San Jose State has the ball and ready to go on the attack. One possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, and walk out with a dub.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now 3rd down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock, but the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. He's got great speed, working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Old Dominion has the ball back. The Monarchs will send the offense onto the field. Line gets set, first down. He's looking to throw it. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. The incomplete pass leaves him with 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, they've thrown 2 straight incompletions, and they just need to play pitch and catch on this next play. They're down a possession, and you don't have to necessarily get the first down right here, but if you don't get it, you've got to at least keep the 4th down manageable to give yourself an opportunity to keep pushing the ball down the field and give yourselves a shot to win.
Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on 3rd down.
Well, they're down in possession, and they're on their own side of the 50, so they need a big run right here. They've just thrown 3 straight incompletions, but it just takes one. It just takes one big play down the field to all of a sudden get that momentum and that juice flowing again to give yourselves a chance to win.
Trailing by a touchdown, getting late in the 4th, and this is a huge, perhaps a defining moment in this game. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Offense getting set for first down. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
Small game, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You've got to do a lot of this.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Great play by the defensive back, showing you his variety of skills. His ability to turn the hips, his speed running downfield, turning his head to locate the football and then swatting it away. You just can't do it better.
On 3rd down, going up top. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. And the Spartans decide to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. to send the offense back onto the field. Okay, one possession game. You've got some time to work with, but you have to make up some ground quickly, David.
Got to be smart. Can't throw in front of the sticks. Can't get tackled in front of the sticks. Make sure we're taking some shots down the field, chewing up some yards. Jesse, the defense will be vulnerable here.
Yeah, and I think because of that, David, offensively, you got to have a plan. You got to know where your best matchup is out on the perimeter and who can make the big catches here in small windows.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. He's back to throw on second down. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
Well, this defense is going to need a few plays now to get some of this momentum back. Remember, they had a massive lead earlier in the game, but that's dwindled now. And you wonder if they were just sleepwalking a little bit. They've got to step up now and play with some urgency.
On third and long, trying to convert through the air. Feeling some heat. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on third down.
This defense right now is not only fighting an offense with a lot of confidence, but they're fighting against momentum too. Remember, they had a big lead earlier in this game. Now it's been reduced to just one possession, so they've got to make some big plays here on pass defense. They've got to be able to cover.
Trailing by a touchdown, this fourth down opportunity is gargantuan. He's going up top here late in the game. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. The quarterback takes a knee. It's one thing to execute early.